Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the Crowpi 3. Now this was a Kickstarter back in June and I was fortunate enough to back it, and I'm really happy that it came last week. So this video will basically just be discussing what this is all about. So let's look at the packaging for exactly what it says.
The Crowpi 3 is the latest generation of open source learning tools developed by Elecrow. Built around the Raspberry Pi Foundation's newly released Pi 5 development board, it provides a brand new learning platform for programming enthusiasts and developers. This powerful tool integrates learning, design, and programming, not only inspire creativity, but also helping users achieve programming learning from basic to advanced levels. Not even ARPs. It comes with multi-platform compatibility, integration of AI technology,
And is manufactured by Elecrow. In all seriousness, the way to summarize this is a very well put together package of everything that you could possibly need to learn electronics. It has a Raspberry Pi 5, which is a very small computer that you could use to do integrated development, which is what this whole thing is about. It has things inside like breadboards so that it can help you understand how electricity flows, a lot of sensors, lights, and LEDs. So within this package, it should aim to help you learn how to do all these things. And today, we're gonna be testing all these things out. So I finally got a better angle. This is really janky, but I hope you can see everything, and it's gonna be a little weird because I'm opening everything from behind, but you know. So this is how the box starts off. Just an overview of everything that's in there with the camera and all the other things that actually help this thing power. Then once we flip it open, the actual Crowpi is here. Now this thing is pretty small. I don't really know how to compare it. This is my hand next to it, so it's pretty big. This box was super heavy too. Just to show you how much stuff was actually in here. Then here's the keyboard that came with it when I bought it with my bundle. And here's the user manual to look through if you need help with anything inside, you know, just the basics of how everything works, everything that's supposed to be included, yada, yada, yada. Then once we open it up, here's a bunch of blocks that you could use. I think it's for one of the modules that are inside of it. I'm honestly not sure, but it's a bunch of Minecraft blocks. Pretty cool. Then we have a lot to unpack here. We have two game controllers that you're going to be able to use because I think one of the little programs inside is actually making a game or understanding how inputs are processed. Then I think, all right, here is a servo motor. Basically all this is something that rotates around and just spins around. These are step motors. I'm pretty sure these rumble. I think this rumbles, and this does the same thing as the servo motor, but just a lot more powerful probably. Then the actual power jack, USB-C by the way, fantastic. Little smiley face magnet. Look how happy that guy is. Two batteries, I think they're rechargeable. That'd be pretty cool if they were. An SD card with just this game. I've got no clue what could be on that. I'm honestly not sure what this is. It says Crowtail. So we're gonna find out what that does. Then we got micro USB to USB, and then USB-C to USB-C cables. A bunch of unnamed plates. A little mouse that also came with my bundle. Cute mouse. And remotes, RFC tag. I think it's another USB. And something for lights, screwdriver. And here's just a bunch of LEDs and buttons, probably for the breadboard. All right, let me clean all this up and yeah. Okay, so this is everything that it comes with. It's actually a really good amount. If you want to learn how to do everything with breadboards, again, everything is here to learn that. Oh, there's even resistors, so you will get the full package. And yeah, I mean, I'd say this is a really nice deal to get all this stuff. So now let's actually open the star of the show and see what it can do.
All right, so welcome back. Right now we have the Crowpi 3 set up and everything is running. As you may notice, there is a little monitor here. This is just because I have it plugged into my computer so that you could see everything that's going on the screen. And normally what you're seeing here with this bigger picture is what is normally seen on the screen. Now, one thing that I want to point out before I continue is that this unit was a little defective. The screen in the middle right here it was broken. Like, you can only see it from certain angles. And the sound also does not work terribly well. Like, it doesn't pick up on audio. So I just want to make that clear. I was talking to Elecrow support, and they've been pretty good about it. They've been just messaging me back and forth, and I've been seeing if I can get a replacement. So hopefully by the time this video goes up, I will have received it, and, you know, just kudos to them for good customer support. But besides that, yeah, we can start diving into what's actually inside this thing. Alright, so the first thing we'll dive into is the software on the right. So as you can see, we have a lot of different IDEs in this case for Python, Arduino, and Microbit. I cannot show off Microbit or Arduino since I do not have them on me right now, but those are little expansions that you can add to this whole kit. There are games, you have Scratch integrated into it, and there's a bunch of AI things here. I'm honestly not sure how well they'll perform, especially considering that this is a Raspberry Pi 5, but yeah, I'm sure it works well. Now, we can progress onto the Projects tab here, and these are all little tests just to make sure that everything is functioning on the board and to, you know, just get a sense of like what everything actually does. So we cannot use the hello one since you wouldn't be able to see the screen, but normally it would just display hello right here. But it flashes for me, so then we can move on to the intrusion alarm. So every time the ultrasonic is passed by, it'll make a really loud noise like that. It is ear piercing. That was so much worse in person. This one displays the humidity. So I could see it from an angle. Again, you can't, but it is showing a temperature of 27.97 degrees Celsius. And the humidity is at, 14.39%. Fantastic. Onto this right here, the tilt reminder. This one was pretty cool. Right here, you'll see which way it's tilting, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if this is picking up correctly on the camera, but it's working in real life pretty well because I do have this camera inverted so that it's a little easier to see. Then we can go to the NFC music. Also didn't work. Another big disappointment, but you know, it's all right. This was off Kickstarter. I mean, again, this is a work in progress, so I hope that they'll be able to fix it in the future. The distance measurement uses the ultrasonic sensor. Again, it's saying right now that my hand, oh geez, I can't even see it. We're gonna move from everything that's not with the screen. The smart lighting, this is pretty cool. Take a little test with this right here. It is very bright. That is, yeah, that's crazy. Then we got ultrasonic music. So it is changing depending on where my hand is. Next, we got the RGB Tetris. This is pretty cool. It's got music playing. And you know, it's just Tetris. So that's pretty cool. And you can rotate it. Oh shoot. Oh no, what's the rotate button? Oh, there we go. Our touch sensor right here is to rotate. So you can see as I touch it, it rotates. Let's see if we can squeeze it in there. Come on. No! But yeah, you get the gist of it. Then we got our remote controller. I don't have set up because the IR is not there. I couldn't find it, but I bet it's in the packaging. Then the birthday counts down. and it's singing happy birthday to me. It's not my birthday, but you know, it's always nice to have that option when it is my birthday. Then we got memory. So this is a pretty fun game. Again, this display is messed up, but we're going to select 1, and then we're going to start the game. And you just have to memorize where the red dot is. So right there. Oh, will I get it right? Ooh, please, please. No! Alright, well I got that wrong, but it does work. I was playing it before. It's actually pretty fun. And yes, this one was also pretty cool. If this thing detects any movement whatsoever, it will start recording. So I will wave my hand furiously around it. And there's that video. So that's cool. Then we got Flappy Bird. Touch sensor, let's see it. Whoa. Oh, this actually works pretty well. Alright, I'm too good at this game, so I'm gonna purposely crash. And we'll just stop it right there. And then the flowing LED lights. And they will just do that. So that is everything that is on board. It's basically a demo of everything. Now you may notice that there is a little breadboard over here and there's a bunch of other things over here. These are for if you want to program things like the Arduinos that we were talking about before, or if you just want to do other electronic things. So if you want to learn how to program like this, you would literally just get wires, run them across, and then you would figure it out like that with little Arduino boards, which would compute everything. So that's all we have for the projects here, and we will move on to the other side. Alright, so as we're back at the home screen, we can notice that the whole left half is all for learning. So that's what the main selling point is of this device, is that it's a very easy way to learn all of these topics like AI, Python, and also more hardware related computing things, like such as the microbit, Arduino, and Raspberry Pi over here. So all of them are laid out pretty nicely. You can just click through and select which one you want. And then once you land on the one that you actually do want, you can click right here and it's all laid out perfectly. And the thing that I like about this is that, you know, it integrates Python with everything that's on the board. So it'll literally take you step by step through all of these things with very specific and like detailed learning paths. So it'll literally right off the bat tell you what each of these pins means, specifically referring to the ones up here because these are all the GPIO. And yeah, so it integrates everything pretty seamlessly, and I wrote a little hello world script right here just to show that it does compile and run. So that's a nice thing that you can do, and because the Raspberry Pi 5 is relatively fast, you can do a lot with this. So all of these courses are laid out a little differently. So with the AI learning that I noticed is that it'll have like a separate pop-up window with like these little things right here. And you can, again, click through them and it will teach you how to do all of these things from scratch. So I find that pretty intriguing, especially for younger audiences. This could be incredibly helpful just to keep them engaged. And even for people that are starting off, you know, it's very user-friendly. It's definitely something that you could use to further your education in it. Now, I'm not going to show like actual contents of the course besides the ones that I've already shown you, just because I don't like, if you were to purchase this, I want you to actually go through it and, you know, actually do the courses. So remember earlier how I said that I didn't know how to get the AI to work? Well, I was half right. The image generator does not really work. Like every time I tried to use it, it would literally just give me an error saying like, yo, we can't generate this. So that was a little annoying. And another thing that I noticed as I was doing this is that Elecrow gives you a certain amount of points that you can buy to replenish, which I find a little scummy. You can notice him at the top over here, and obviously nothing went through, so it didn't take any credits. I still have the 5,000 that they provided, but it's kind of weird how you gotta pay for that privilege. So, a little weird, but you know, they gotta make money somehow. And what I did get to work was the AI computer vision, which was pretty cool. So basically what this will do is it'll open the camera, and then you can just get like an object of your choosing. For me, I have a tiny hat. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty cool. So you can literally draw a little thing here and it'll track it. And it does it pretty well. Like if it goes off camera, it'll say like, yo, it's gone. Oh, and I broke it. Oh, it's done. It's not working at all. Congratulations, Elecrow. This is pretty cool. I don't know why it's tweaking. Hello. Whoa. All right, let's see if I can transfer it back to the hat. Wait. No, come back. Whoa. No, come back. And it's gone again. Wait. This is like so weird to do because it's inverted. And it's back on the hat. No, it's not. All right, whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah. Next, we have the behavior recognition. You can run it. Let me flip this camera up, and I'm gonna make a bunch of faces. I am swinging my arms. I'm partying. Alright, let's recognize the behavior, guys. 4K quality. Ooh, let's read that. That's beautiful.
The image depicts a person exhibiting a range of emotions and actions. The first image shows a serious expression, possibly indicating contemplation or concern. The second image reflects surprise or shock, as indicating.
Let's go, guys. That was beautiful. That was heartwarming. And overall, I think the AI said it pretty well. Next, object recognition. Let's see this. Alright, let's check this, John. Loading model. Alright, it's crashed. Oh, it's back. Or is it? Alright, this is not gonna work. So this is another failure. And the OCR recognition. Let's see this in action, actually. Let me type something on my phone. See what it says. Alright, let's run it. Alright, so it appears that we will not be doing this because it also does not work. So, yeah, this was the tests for AI. We got 2 of them to work. 2 of the 6 things. Not amazing, but not bad. Now, one part that I skipped over completely is actually going to the Raspberry Pi OS, which you can do. So it's not only this. You can go to actually use the Raspberry Pi, which is, you know, pretty cool in and of itself. You got a whole computer and that's like the size of your palm. The terminal works, all that works. Let me see. Do I have fast fetch installed? No. Do I have neo fetch installed? There you go, buddy. So this is literally everything that's on this thing. Pretty cool. See all the memory. The grace of my 8 gigs. And you can play Minecraft on this, which was actually pretty cool to see. I've never tested it myself before this, and yeah, it actually is pretty cool. I find it to be incredibly smooth. Like, this is insane. It's creative. This reminds me a lot of Pocket Edition Minecraft, if anybody's ever played that. We got Bloodstone right here. Throwback. Wait, I gotta make a Herobrine spawner. Alright, so we're back. I got my Herobrine spawner here. Hopefully I am not damned to hell for the rest of my life. Thank you, Raspberry Pi. I thought this was really cool. But besides that, yeah, you can use Chrome, which is embedded into here. You can literally go on YouTube, look up anything you want. Oh my god. And it works as a completely functional computer. So, and if you want to return to where you were before, you can always go up here, click this button right here, and you're back to where you started. So the Crowpi 3, what do I think of it? I think that it's a little hard to justify the price, considering it is like around $200 without any of the add-ons. One thing I want to mention about the add-ons is that it was a little confusing to figure it out. I didn't actually entirely understand what that whole crowtail thing was that I was showing everybody at the beginning of the video. And the keyboard and the mouse were horrible. I immediately got rid of those, and I got some old keyboard and mouse. It was not good. Besides that, the presentation of the device it's really nice. Like, it looks aesthetically pleasing. It feels professionally made. And the courses on there are definitely something that will like get you through and push you to understand everything. The one concern that I had throughout the whole thing that you can see through the video is that some of the things didn't actually work at all. So a lot of the AI things didn't work. I didn't like the point system. None of them got rejected for me because it wouldn't even work. But I just believe that that's because it's in early development. Like, it's still actively being developed on. So hopefully Elecrow will, talk about it, issue updates, and all sorts of things like that. Would I recommend it? For an average user like myself, no. If you're really interested in electronics and the way that they work, I highly recommend that you get this, because if you got the money to spend, you can easily just go through it. It's a hassle-free way to go through these projects and like understand everything. But if you really don't want to spend that much money, a regular Arduino kit and a bunch of YouTube videos can definitely help you too. Once again, thank you for watching till the end of the video. I really appreciate that you got through this. I know it was a bit of a long video, but it's all for you to watch, for entertainment, to understand if you want to buy this or not. My next video, I promise you, will be a lot more interesting, because I'm going to be getting rid of this thing and I'm going to be doing something else. So stay tuned for that. Besides that, leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you here next time.